back to the channel. Today I've got the 2023 M340i xDrive in Brooklyn Gray because, of course, this is a customer ordered car, the G20 chassis, and I think fairly well equipped. And given its Brooklyn Gray color that's basically on everything these days, it's still a decent looking color. Just me personally, I see way too many of them because I also have to order all the vehicles. I know this is a very popular color. See, our refreshed 3 Series have the revised headlights. Now, this one might seem a little bit dated because now, like the X5 has got, I mean, that's the X6 technically, have a slightly different daytime running light. So basically, it's half of an X, so this portion here is cut off. So I'm not sure if that's going to make it to the 4 Series or not. So will the 4 Series LCI next year look like this type of headlight? And of course, lasers are now gone. You can tell this one has the shadowline package because we have the coring light. Now, outside of the US market, you don't get the shadowline package. You get some blue sort of highlights in here that appear on the X5, just not on the 3 Series for the US market. And up front, we have our shadow line package. You can see blacked out kidney grille. The active kidney grille is also closed up right now because it doesn't need any cooling. Basically just turned the car on while it's sitting here for quite some time, waiting for its owner to come by and pick it up. Got actually working sort of venting here to go over the wheel setup here. Moving over to the side, so we have the 791M wheels in black with the red M Sport calipers. You can opt for the cooling high performance tire package, and I think you get bicolor 792 as an option. Also, your calipers will be bigger, and from the ordering and pricing guide for 2024, that's the only way to get the adaptive M suspension. So previously it's an option. So we'll talk more about that when we get our 2024s. We're still some time away from that. Here's our side profile of Brooklyn Gray Metallic. The red M Sport calipers look really nice against the Brooklyn Gray. Black wheels, I think they look okay, but basically for photographs and video, you sort of lose the effect of the wheel. It basically washes into the car. But I think it works well with Brooklyn Gray. Maybe the bicolor would be okay as well. Then out back we have our xDrive badging in chrome, as well as the M340i badging in chrome. And a really aggressive faux diffuser. Dual exhaust. You can also opt for the M Performance exhaust. But on the M340 and M440, you can't really tell it's an M Performance exhaust. There's really sort of nothing that stands out visually that would clue you into that. But if you go to the 330i or 430i M Performance exhaust, there's carbon fiber tips, so you know what you're looking at, that it's got that M Performance exhaust. Then out back, we also have our gurney flap in black, or some high gloss black. We'll take in our side profile on the other side, of course, of the 3 Series as we make our way towards the inside. And we'll go over pricing and the options. Again, shadow line lights, part of that shadow line package. Yeah, still sort of an artifact of the old Beaner design. These things are not flush, I imagine, for maybe the next LCI, given this production one's going to go quite some time. Maybe that happens. So opening up, we have our black Vernasca leather and a little bit of contrast stitching on the seats. Normally for dealer stock, we'll probably spec a Sensatech. So here you do get the side bolster adjustment with the leather seats on the 3 Series, but lost if you get the Sensatech. That's really just to keep some of the cost down a little bit. So inside, our M Sport steering wheel, shift paddles, as well as our instrument panel here on iDrive 8 and heads-up display. And we got our curved display, and then this is the aluminum rhombusal interior trim. Then center console area, your gear selector nub, iDrive controller, all the standard things on the iDrive 8 vehicles, with the exception of the M vehicles, which you still have a gear selector. Alright, so starting price, the M340i xDrive, $58,400. Brooklyn Gray adds another $650. $1,500 for the black Verdasca leather, another $700 for the driving assistance package. Again, that should be standard. Shellline package for another $850. $700 for the parking assistance package. Premium package for another $1,350. 19-inch wheels for another $600. Adaptive M suspension for another $550. $875 for Harman Kardon. All told, just a little bit over $67,000 for this M340i xDrive vehicle. Let's take a look at the back seat as well. Alright, so another legacy is you actually have the comfort access stuff on the rear doors. So that's basically been disappearing off other vehicles, strangely enough. Alright, so let's get into the back seat. Alright, so the view from the rear seats of the cockpit, like very elegant looking design. Now our moonroof shade is open with a nice cloud cover here in Mountain View. Another climate zone in the back for your rear passengers. In terms of legroom and knee room, really good. And then headroom is, a pretty decent for the sedan. Of course, you will have that compromised on the 4 Series Grand Coupe. But that's it. Let's take a look at the trunk and then under the hood. Alright, so kicked open. Does kicked open, and I believe the powered tailgate is coming back for 2024. So I think maybe a two model year absence of the powered tailgate. So trunk space pretty decent for the sedan. No extra storage beneath the trunk floor. We'll have to close our trunk manually. Then make our way to the front. And pop the hood to reveal the beast of the B58 inline 6-cylinder 3-liter turbo engine, 382 horsepower and 369 torques. So more power than you need for almost anything. And can be a pretty decent track vehicle as well if you want to take your car out on the track. Certainly a capable car. Especially as a novice, to do pretty well with this car. But that's it for another quick look at the M340i xDrive. We'll see you at the next video.